Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Widgets and Wonders. This is my show about great products from small companies. Now today we're going to take a look at the Dragon's Roar from Last Sword Miniatures, a little indie company making cool sort of like alternate fantasy models for your RPGs, skirmish games, role-playing games, whatever. And the Dragon's Roar is a set of 5 multi-part posable elf miniatures in resin. I'll probably end up using them for Mordheim as a Shadow Warriors warbands, but I wanted to show you them unbuilt and unpainted so you get an idea of sort of how posable and detailed the parts in the kits are. So let's take a look at them right now. So here it is, the Dragon's Roar from Last Sword Miniatures, www.lastsword.com. And you get 5 bodies, one of whom is not posable, but this guy's a very cool blind swordsman, kind of an Eltharion after he goes blind sort of look to him. All in resin, they're untabbed, so you can easily pin them to bases, but they do come with 25mm rounds. Nice casting. No real bubbles. I will give these guys a wash before I paint them though, as I've had some recent run-ins with mold release. I just want to be safe. I haven't obviously painted these before, so I'm not sure what the experience for mold release will be like, but it's just easier to be safe than sorry and give them a dish detergent bath before I start actually priming them. No mold lines really to speak of. The cast, well, sorry, there's one under there, but it's not too bad. The casting's really nice. And the resin is a sort of that nice, has like almost like a tooth to it, kind of not grainy, but like it has like a texture, so it should hold primer really well. Feeling that some of the older Grey Forge rolled resin has. And then you get weapon options for 4 of these guys. So, oh, and a cloak option if you want to give this fella a scaly dragon cloak. You get a sort of big double-handed axe, kind of a white lion-y type, with a bear head. You get a great big sword, held double-handed with a pointy hat, sort of like a swordmaster. And then you get a bow with a funny hat and a ponytail. and you get the actual arrow as well. So that, and then last but not least, you get a spear. Kind of reminds me of the old elf spears from Confrontation, shield, and then arms and heads for that. So a spearman, we'll make a spearman, an axeman, a swordsman, a bow girl, and then a leader type, basically, with his like blind bandana over his face. His Zatoichi, the blind swordsman sort of look going on. And that's it. So yeah, check it out. If you're looking for some alternate elf models for your skirmish games, these would actually probably, if you painted them up right, they'd actually probably look really good in Lord of the Rings as well. You could use them as high elves. Sort of a Glorfindel type, if you wanted a blind Glorfindel, and then lots of foot troops there too. So yeah, if you're interested in some resin elf minis with a bit of posability, or even just some bits options, clearly you could just swap arms from almost any fantasy range onto these guys, and it'll work just as well. I'll probably end up doing that and making my elves a little more weather beaten, a little more dark 28mm AOS, yeah, and get your fantasy elves on. So there you go, Last Sword Miniatures, some cool alternate elf models. So there you go, another great product from a small company. Now, if you know of a product you think deserves more attention, you can have them email me at guerrillaminiaturegames@gmail.com or Facebook message me at facebook.com/outofthebasement into the streets, and I'll put it in front of as many people as possible. We'll see you next time for more Widgets and Wonders. Till then, I'm Ash. Happy gaming. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to support the channel, of course, like and subscribe and hit the little bell below so you get notifications when I post future content. I do post stuff 7 days a week. If you want to support the channel further, you can, of course, buy a t-shirt through Spreadshirts, buy a measuring gauge or objective markers from Death Ray Designs, or, of course, most importantly, there is Patreon. Patreon is what makes all this possible, keeps the lights on, pays for the studio costs, pays for the equipment, model costs, and everything else, and most importantly, puts food in my kids' bellies and a roof over their heads. Big thanks to everyone, past, future, who supported me. I do this stuff because of you guys, and of course, I will continue doing it as long as I can.